Now, Praveen Mohan is a famous YouTube personality who has garnered a lot of viewers from the Hindu community. His clickbait titles are often jaw-dropping. Now, I have no issues with this guy going around ancient temples to make some ancient alien theory about them, regardless of whether they are true or not, because they can be interesting, right? However, what bothers me is that when he goes to an extent of insulting the Hindu principles, he has many times insulted the Vedic tradition with his blatant lies. Most people cannot see the danger this guy possesses simply because they get awestruck at every apparent glorification of ancient Hinduism. Praveen doesn't glorify the ancient Vedic culture, he just makes bizarre theories which can fetch views which has no basis. Any explanation in the regards of the Vedic tradition must have 4 pramanas as their basis. Number 1, Shastra Pramana, the scriptures, the Shrutis and Smritis. These are the authority of Hinduism. For example, the event of Ramayana is known to you because of its reference from the Smritis, which is the Valmiki Ramayana. Any version of Ramayana that contradicts this version is against Hinduism. It cannot be accepted as the Shastra Pramana because there are so many people who came over the timeline of history to create their own versions of Ramayana. The portrayal of Ravana as a Tamil king today, for example, is simply due to the non-adherence to Shastra Pramana. Number 2, Apta Pramana, authentic, time-tested, foolproof compilation of experiences of sages, rishis and enlightened masters, which is in term with the Shastra Pramana. Number 3, Atma Pramana. With Apta Pramana, a guru is able to experience and live the truths claimed by the Shastras. Number 4, Sakshi Pramana, the manifestation and experience of the guru's initiation in the disciple of a particular lineage which is demonstrable to the world. Pratyaksha Pramana as the 5th one, which is to have something validated by scientific study. Let's look at Praveen and his lies. Number 1, fabrication of Hindu scriptures. There was a very famous video by Praveen on the mystery of the Jagannath temple in which he tries to speculate on Lord Krishna's heart and relates it to a metallic device akin to Iron Man's arc reactor. He creates a fake story on Lord Krishna. He claims that Lord Krishna died and his body was apparently burnt by the hunter who shot him. Then Praveen adds some more bullshit to his baseless story, finally leading to a speculation on how the Lord's undecaying heart is present in the Vigraha of Jagannath temple, which is indeed a metallic device, says Praveen. This story is actually inspired by Sarala Das, a 15th century poet of Odisha. However, Praveen in his videos confidently states that his story has reference from ancient scriptures, which is false. This is only a folk legend. There are many folk stories which has tried to explain the Brahma Padartha. For example, one legend even states that the Brahma Padartha is actually a tooth of Buddha. Some infer it to be a Shaligram. All these are folk stories which are not ancient scriptures. For example, there are folk stories in the Philippines which actually describe Lord Hanuman as a fisherman who loved seafood. Are you going to accept this as Shastra Pramana? Praveen could have been transparent with his quotation by saying that his story serves as nothing more than a folklore of Odisha created in the 15th century. But nope, he literally says, I'm quoting him in verbatim, he says ancient sources clearly record his death, which is an utter lie. The ancient scriptures did record the event of Krishna leaving the body, which has nothing to do with whatever Praveen has mentioned. If you don't believe me, take a look at the Mausala Parva, chapter 4 and Srimad Bhagavatam and make a comparison with Praveen's story. Lord Krishna's body was not burnt by the hunter. That is not how we revere an enlightened being of an avatara in the Vedic culture. The heart theory by Praveen has no reference from any of the 5 pramanas. Yes, the Jagannath temple mystery remains a question mark, but that does not mean this YouTuber can come up with his own bullcrap version of Mahabharata to increase his views. His video has fetched more than 1 billion views, and what a pity, lakhs of Hindus believing this version of Krishna's death as a fact. The real narration on how the Lord left the mortal frame is very well described in our scriptures. In addition, the heart theory has never been approved by any bona fide guru or sampradaya. Praveen has no reverence to our deities or avatars. His choice of words to describe an avatar like Krishna, who is highly revered by all Hindus, proves this. As such, this fellow is capable of altering the itihasas in any way he likes just to get his views. Here we can see how Praveen directly insults the Vedic gods. Dude finds a giant skeleton and he knows how to get millions to watch his videos. Just make a random link to Hinduism, and he does it, giving his speculation on how the skeleton could be Lord Hanuman's. This is a direct insult to the deity. Just because Hanuman exhibited Mahima Siddhi, you call a random skeleton to be his remains? In addition, Lord Hanuman is a Chiranjeevi. As per Shastra Pramana, he did not die and leave a skeleton behind for this YouTuber to make a video on. Reducing the position of Vedic deities by desperately linking them to modern day parallel. He makes a video on Lord Vishwakarma and says that he is actually holding a theodolite, which is a tool used to measure vertical angles in construction. In the video, he adds that Vishwakarma's multiple heads represent a group of people who are working on a construction site. If we look at the Shastras, Vishwakarma is actually holding a Sruk and Sruva, which are used in a yaga, which is shown in the image you can see. This is what exactly is being held by Lord Vishwakarma and not a theodolite. The Vedas describe Vishwakarma as the cosmic intelligence who engineers the geometry of the universe. There is a whole portion from the Rig Veda which actually describes Vishwakarma. Here the Lord is described as the priest of a yaga, which explains why he holds a Sruk and Sruva. This appears as the 81st Sukta of the 10th Mandala of the Rig Veda. The very opening, the first verse of the Suktam itself comes as, to quote, Ya ima vishva bhuvanani juhvadrushirho tanyasi idat pitanaha. Here, Lord Vishwakarma is referred with the word hota, which means a priest who presides a yaga. In the Purusha Sukta, which appears in all four Vedas, a very important Vaishnavite part of the Vedas, which actually describes the whole engineering of the cosmos, quotes Lord Vishwakarma as the very cosmic architect who designs the geometry of the universe. The entire process of creation, the formation of the five elements, is seen as a yaga through which the Purusha expands himself to infinite components which form the universe. So there is a particular portion from the Purusha Suktam to quote, Adbhyasambhutaf prithvyayrasacha vishvakarmanas samavartatadhi. This verse describes Lord Vishwakarma, who, as mentioned, is the cosmic intelligence who designs the universe, from the Purusha who expands himself to infinite parts. Yes, Vishwakarma represents labor force too, because any construction is part of the cosmic design. But that does not mean you can reduce his position to a mere craftsman who worked on an instrument like theodolite. There is no need to relate every bit of the Vedic culture to modern science in order to glorify them. The Vedic culture is already glorious in its own ways. What makes you think that the ancients even needed an instrument like theodolite to build the marvels? Why must Western gadgets be a gold standard for any explanation? I don't get this. Oh yes, as an ancient alien conspiracist, he must relate every advancement of ancient India to a Western parallel. If Westerners lack something, give the credits to aliens. Degrading characters from itihasas blatantly for views. You can see this image. Dude comes across elephant skulls in Sri Lanka and says they are the remains of Ravana and his clans. Now, Praveen is not a fool here. He clearly knows they belong to elephants. He is also aware on how foolish the Hindu community can be. So just add some icon from Hinduism to his speculation and he can laugh his way to the bank. I'm afraid of what else this guy could come up with the name of Ravana. Now you may question, but isn't this science? Isn't he promoting scientific evidence? No. Praveen does bring the mysteries of ancient temples to public eye, however most of his explanations are blatant speculations. He is not a researcher. A scientific approach must include an observation, a hypothesis, and an inference. This inference must be supported by evidence. Pravin's videos are not based on any of this. His hypotheses are simply bizarre and intentionally structured to grab views. He is aware on how sentimental the Hindus can get if you speak about some past ancient glory regardless of what is being presented. The fact that most Hindus do not actually even bother to study the scriptures or follow a proper sampradaya makes his word extremely easy. Here's an analogy on how Pravin makes his videos. This is how I would make a video if I were to think like Pravin. I wake up one day and decide to have breakfast. I video myself with a vada and explore my finger into the hollow fritter, allowing it to rest on my digit. And then I claim on how it resembles the chakra of Lord Krishna. I add on saying that the chakra of the Lord was actually a vada. And then I conclude the video saying that the ancients had advanced knowledge to prepare a snack which is globally released today. I also add on how Lord Krishna was actually an alien because he was able to make a vada of perfect circular structure which would be impossible in the past without Western gadgets. I then downgrade the position of Lord Krishna and say that he was a chef who lived in a village frying vadas daily for the village. This is an image of a vada. So this is something very relevant to Pravin because his expertise lies in frying vadas with his speech. Thank you for watching.